Namaskar. Respected Sri Lal Krishna Advani ji, Pujya Swami Sri Asutoshanand ji, Pujya Swami Sri Omkaranand ji, Sri Manoj Sonthalia, Sri Chauradia ji, Srimati Sudha Raghunathan, Sri L.V. Subramanyam, dignitaries of the dais, invitees, ladies and gentlemen. I stand before you as President of the Organizing Committee for this 5th Hindu Spiritual and Social Organizations Fair 2013 and welcome you all to this inaugural function. We have assembled here for this function heralding the 5th Hindu Spiritual and Service Organization Fair held since 2009, which has evoked tremendous response from organizers as well as the public. Sanatana Dharma recognizes 4 Purusharthas or 4 things that every human being must strive for to achieve in his life. Dharma, Artha, Kama or Moksha. Dharma, righteous path, is fundamental, and without that, any desire to achieve others is not only a wasted effort, but is also considered sinful. Dharma, or the righteous path, prescribes many duties for the followers of the Dharma, and duties extend to discharging his debt to the gods, Devas, to the Pitris, the departed souls, the fellow human beings, Manushyaran, and to all other living beings, which include animals. There is no surprise, therefore, that Sanatana Dharma acknowledges the existence of God in every living entity, and so every entity needs to be cared for as one's own. Sanatana Dharma also uses the entire world as one family, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. And naturally, one has a responsibility to look after the other family members, and ours is a strongly family-oriented culture. Partaking of one's food with others, therefore, is a natural corollary. Our scriptures strongly advocate and celebrate the joy of giving. Life is to be built on that foundation of giving. That was why, therefore, the teacher who bids farewell to his student on completing his course of study in the Taittiriya Upanishad, Sikshavalli chapter, exhorts and advises the student to treat the Atithi or the guest as God, Atithi Devo Bhava. Atithi comes only after the first 3, who are the mother, the father, and the guru. Going further, the teacher advises the student, who would soon become a grihastha, as householder, his duty to give or do charity. He says, Shraddhaya deyam, Ashraddhaya adeyam, Shriya deyam, Hriya deyam, Biya deyam, Samvida deyam. Give with faith, give with joy, give with humility, give with fear, and give with kindness. A grihastha is supposed to wait outside his house for about 36 minutes, to look for a guest or an atithi, literally one who comes without a date, without announcing his arrival. So before sitting for his meal, he is to feed an atithi. Srimad Bhagavad Gita castigates a person who does not share the food God gives him with one of his own person, that is another person of the humanity. The Bhagavad Gita says such a person is a thief, one who cooks and eats for himself, for nourishing his own body, as one who eats sin. Ishtan bhogan hi wo deva dasyante yajnabhavitaah tair dantan apradayabhyo yo bhunkte stena yevasaha, that he is a thief who eats for himself. Bunjate te swayam papa ye pachantyatma karanat. One who eats for himself is actually eating sin. Tirukkural, the Tamil classic, in the first of its 3 sections, namely Arathupal or the path of Dharma, has 10 verses extolling the virtue of igai or charity or dana. And out of these 10 verses, 3 are devoted to the duty to feed the hungry. It is necessary to recall here the words of Swami Vivekananda, whose 150th birth anniversary we are celebrating this year. Selfishness is the chief sin. Thinking of ourselves first is that. He who thinks I will eat first is a selfish man. He further says, you cannot help anyone, you can only serve. He who sees Shiva in the poor, in the weak, and in the deceased really worships Shiva. Society constantly changes, and over the years also that has happened. With persistent urbanization and changes in lifestyle, it's no longer possible for a householder to act individually, to wait outside his house for a muhurta kala, to quench another person's thirst or hunger. But strongly rooted that he is in his dharma, he desires to do the duty enjoined on him by the Sanatana Dharma that he follows. So newer forms of organizations are necessary to channelize this individual desire to serve his fellow citizen, and that is what the service organizations do. And citizens, if informed of their work, will find the right vehicle to use in their quest to do their bit for the society. That is the main purpose of this fair, to inform and to motivate. According to authentic surveys, 41% of all Indian households donate, and 2/3 of all donors come from rural areas. We need the fair to motivate those in urban areas to participate in this yajna, penance to serve the fellow human being. And therefore, this wonderful fair, which will run for about 5 days from tomorrow, is an occasion for us to think back as to what we owe to the society, and on this occasion to have a person like Sri L.K. Advani, one of the finest of politicians, human beings, and a patriot to the core, to inaugurate this function. It's our good luck and honor. On this occasion, I welcome him heartily on behalf of the organizing committee. We have 2 Swamijis present here to confer their benediction on this fair and on this effort. I welcome them too. We have with us Sri Manoj Sontalia of the Express Group, and also the Chief Executive Officer of the TTD, Mr. L.V. Subramaniam. I welcome them to this inaugural function. And finally, and not the last, but not the least, Srimati Sudha Raghunathan, who rendered such a wonderful invocation song. I welcome you all, and I am sure the fair will be informative, educative, and motivational. Thank you.
Renowned columnist, Sri Gurumurthy is a strong proponent of IMCT and an organizing committee member of the 5th Hindu Spiritual and Service Fair. Rigveda says, Ano Badraha Kratavo Yantu Vishwataha. Let noble thoughts come to us from every side. May I call upon Gurumurthy ji for the theme.